Well, this was definitely a very frustrating loss from the Phillies' perspective. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports once again. Hopefully, you are tuning in from the Sixers Raptors recap from that game 4. So, basically, before we get into all of this, so we can get this recap underway, what is going on, everyone? If you're looking for all the latest Philadelphia sports news, recaps, and events, this is the place to be at. So, I also recommend you hitting that subscribe button and also dropping a like on the like button as well. Also, if you're a current viewer of the channel, I'm grateful for you being here that long and looking to continue that down the road. And if you're looking for tickets for upcoming sporting events, concerts, whatever you can think of, use the code TTP Sports down below for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. So get yourself some Phillies tickets for the upcoming homestand. Definitely can't pass that up. Get yourself some tickets to Game 5 for the Sixers and the Raptors. See if the Sixers can move on to round 2 on Monday. Definitely a deal you can't pass up. Free $20 in your pocket. Use that for parking. Use that for concessions. Anything you can think of. So use the code TTP Sports for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek today. So Phillies dropped the second game of this series to the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 5-3. You score the first 3 runs in this game, and then the Brewers score 5 unanswered in the 5th inning, and then a home run by Hunter Renfroe in the 6th inning, I believe, 7th inning around that point. But offense, they got on the board early. Then they went quiet basically the rest of the game. Zack Wheeler, first 4 innings, brilliant. His velocity was getting up there. He was in the 97s, the 98s. He was getting good location. He was looking good. 5th inning, velocity went down a little bit. Instead of from 97, it went to 95 around that point. And the Brewers were hitting him up a little bit, and they score 4 runs in that 5th inning. Hence, there was also a couple of defensive mistakes as well, a throw-in error by JT Realmuto as well. There was a play at home that Kyle Schwarber should have made the throw. It should have been a completely easy throw, and it just died going to JT Realmuto at home plate, and a run was able to score from that standpoint. So overall, a very frustrating way to lose this game. And, a lot of the concerns, the bullpen-wise, though, Sanchez came in. He allowed the home run to Renfroe, but overall, he was pretty solid in the back end of the bullpen going into the rest of this game was pretty solid as well, preventing the Brewers from doing everything. But overall, Zack Wheeler did not have a good 5th inning. Joe Girardi did come out to talk to him during that 5th inning, but he elected not to take him out. Maybe he should have taken him out at that standpoint because the very next batter, that was the error to JT Realmuto, I believe, which allowed the 4th run to come home in the 5th inning. So, which is weird in my standpoint because why is JT Realmuto worried about Yelich trying to steal second base when Wheeler struck out McCutchen in that exact at bat? I'm not sure why he tried to throw the second base. That was, that happened in the Rockies series as well. I'm not sure why he was worried about trying to throw to second base when you're, the batter at the plate is 1 out from ending the inning. So that's a little weird in that situation too. The throw, it would have been in time if Segura was able to catch it, but the throw entirely just wasn't good. It bounced to Segura, it went off his glove. Yelich would have been out by a mile if he was able to catch the ball. So just overall, a very frustrating game from this Phillies team. Very, very frustrating. It just is because of the way we're able to win yesterday, coming back in the 8th inning, get a little bit of momentum here. You get your ace on the mound, basically the same lineup, and you don't really do anything besides, scoring early runs. And then basically your offense goes quiet the rest of the game, even though you do have chances the rest of the game as well to do something, and you just did not do it. So you go to that bottom of the 1st inning. You get Bryce Harper getting a double with 2 outs, and then Nick Castellanos doubles down the right field line to drive him home to make it a 1-0 Phillies lead. And then the Phillies, they come out in the 3rd inning. Odubel Herrera leads off with a triple. Jean Segura, with a little bit of a pop fly, dropped by Colton Wong going into the outfield. There's a little bit of a miscommunication between Wong and Renfroe in right field. He drops the ball. Herrera scores, so that's a single for Segura. Then Hoskins able to walk, so you got 2 men on for Bryce Harper. During that at-bat, Jean Segura steals 3rd base, and then Nick Castellanos, the very next batter, he hits a sac fly to score Segura to make it a 3-0 Phillies lead. Basically, Zack Wheeler in the first 4 innings, he was dealing, he was getting guys out. He didn't really allow that many base runners in this game. First inning, he may have allowed something right there, but basically the first 4 innings were very solid out of Zack Wheeler. But then we go into this 5th inning. Renfroe leads off with a double. He manages to get the first out, though, striking out Niarvis. Kane then reach on an infield single. So during this standpoint, you got Lorenzo Kane. He lined it over to Alec Boehm. He made the right decision in this standpoint to prevent a run from scoring. but then Renfroe manages to get to third base in this entire standpoint, so there you go. No, actually, this was the very next play, I believe. There was a play during this inning where Alec Bohm was able to stop a ground ball going to his side and preventing a run from scoring. He wasn't able to make the play at first base, but still, you get the Peterson single, which scores a run, and then Willy Adames singles as well, makes it a 3-2 game. Yelich didn't get the broken bat single to right field, makes it a 3-3 ball game, and then you get the throwing error by JT Realmuto trying to get Yelich out at second base, and that allows a run to score to make it a 4-3 ball game. Phillies don't do anything in the bottom half of the fifth inning. So in this entire inning, Wheeler was out for the entire thing, and he allowed all those runs. Some of them may be unearned, but still, it was not a good inning from the first 4 innings from Zack Wheeler. Hunter Renfroe, when you got Sanchez out there in the top of the 6th inning, hits an opposite field home run, makes it a 5-3 ball game. Phillies, looking at the rest of, the offense going down the rest of the game, bottom of the 6th inning, 1-2-3 inning, bottom of the 7th inning, Schwarber leads off with a single, and then basically a 1-2-3 inning after that. Bohm strikes out, Camargo flies out, and Odubel Herrera strikes out. Bottom of the 8th inning for the Phillies, nothing happens there. Rhys Hoskins does get a single, but then Bryce Harper grounds out into a double play. And then you go into the bottom of the 9th for the Phillies as well, and nothing happens from that standpoint. 1-2-3 inning. Castellanos grounds out, Realmuto strikes out, and Schwarber pops up to end the ball game. So offense just went quiet. They really didn't have many chances the rest of the game. When they did get base runners, they grounded into double plays. That's basically what happened. And then going to the rest of the lineup, just overall, a lot of guys had hits in this game. Yeah, Gene Segura goes 1-for-4 with a strikeout in an RBI. Rhys Hoskins, he goes 1-for-3. Bryce Harper goes 1-for-4 with a double in the beginning of the game. Nick Castellanos, probably the best batter today, goes 1-for-3 with 2 RBIs, with the RBI double and a sac fly in this ball game. JT Realmuto struggled at the plate today. He goes 0-for-4 with a strikeout. Kyle Schwarber goes 1-for-4 with a strikeout. Alec Bohm, not the best day at the plate. He goes 0-for-3 with 2 strikeouts. Johan Camargo goes 0-for-3, and Odubel Herrera goes 2-for-3 with a single and a triple in this ball game. Runners in scoring position, the Phillies did not have many opportunities. They drove in half of their chances with runners in scoring position. They went 2-for-4 with runners in scoring position, but that basically describes how little chances they got throughout the rest of the ball game after that 3rd inning. So they really struggled hitting entirely going towards the rest of the ball game. They only had 7 hits in this game, and they barely had any hits going down to the rest. And when they did get a hit, they grounded into a double play, or the other batters, struck out or just went 1-2-3 basically in that order to end the inning. Zack Wheeler's day, though, I'm not sure what to think. He had a very solid 1-4 first to 4th inning. Very solid. His velocity was up there. He was getting guys to swing and miss. He was getting guys to line out. He was getting guys to fly out. He was getting guys to ground out. And then he eventually started striking people out. But then that 5th inning, though. Overall, I know the situation with Zack Wheeler. He didn't start spring training on time. He didn't start anything in spring training. This basically his first, 3 or so starts right here have been his spring training to stretch him out, because he didn't get a proper spring training. Even though everyone else had a shortened spring training, which is not proper whatsoever, Zack Wheeler didn't get any of that. He didn't play anything during the shortened spring. This is basically his spring training in these first so many starts he's going to have to start the year. But still, I'm not sure if Joe Girardi should have taken him out before the 5th inning, but I understand keeping him out there at the same time, because he was dealing at that point. He was getting everyone out. His velocity was up. He was looking good. But then everything just went wrong in the 5th inning. The Brewers were squaring him up. They were getting weak hits, and there were some defensive mistakes. The Kyle Schwarber play probably should have got the out of home plate. If he made a better throw, he should have had a better throw, because the ball was literally hit right to him on a line drive. He should have been able to make that throw. And then you get the dumb play by JT Realmuto, which allows the 4th run to come home. I don't know why he's worrying about trying to get Yelich out at second base, where you have 2 outs at home plate. And, Wheeler eventually struck up McCutchen in that inning. I'm not sure why JT threw to second base. I just don't understand that scenario. I just don't. So Wheeler in this game, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts on 84 pitches. His ERA is now down to 8.53. His ERA I think was around the 9s or something like that when this game started. So his ERA technically did go down, even though he did allow a couple of earned runs in this game. Sanchez, in his couple of innings of work, he goes 2 1/3 innings, allows 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and the home run allowed to Renfroe on 30 pitches. Norwood comes in to finish the 7th inning. He finishes that inning and gets out of it on 13 pitches. Bellotti comes in 48th inning, goes 2/3 of that inning and gets out of it. Brad Hand finishes off the 8th inning the 9th inning actually, and he manages to get out of that as well. So basically the back end of the bullpen was very solid for this team, basically not allowing the Brewers to get anything else going for them. But overall, just a very frustrating game. This was a game that the Phillies, probably should have won, but, that inning just was a major blow up from the standpoint of Zack Wheeler, and it was a very frustrating loss. So you split the series right now, and you're going to have basically the makeup, not the makeup game, but the finishing game tomorrow, 7 o'clock, Sunday Night Baseball, ESPN National Television. You're going to have Aaron Nola on the mound. And let's see if you can win this series. Win this series. That is a prominent effect right there. You have to win this series. Yeah, sorry, I had to sneeze there. Like I said, that's happened a couple of times, but still, that is a little bit of the downside by recapping live. But hey, still like recapping live nonetheless. So, like I said, you have to go and win this series. It is mandatory, in my honest opinion. Going on a sneeze fest here. So I think from that standpoint, I should end this video because I am starting to sneeze like crazy. So, like I said, win tomorrow with Aaron on the mound. Offense, you better wake up a little bit more. So, what are your thoughts on this video, everyone? What are your thoughts on this loss? Do you think the Phillies are going to win tomorrow's game? Just your thoughts moving forward and all that stuff. Do not forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. I like to see those as always. Do not forget to drop a like on this video. Do not forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. Their links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to BrodesMedia, the Florida Pod merch website, and also Flyers Nitty Gritty. All that stuff is down in the description below as well. And use the code TTPSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. And also hit that subscribe button. I will greatly appreciate that. And I will see you next time.